Question 1 to 8. Complete the notes below. The history of glass. Early humans used a material called dash to make the sharp point of their dash. In paragraph A, first line, from our earliest origin, man has been making use of glass. Historians have discovered that a type of natural glass, obsidian, formed in places such as the mouth of a volcano as a result of the intense heat of an eruption. Melting sand was first used as tips of spears. It is clear from these lines that early humans used a material called obsidian to make sharp point of their tips of spears. 4000 BC, dash made of stone were covered in a coating of man-made glass. In paragraph A, third line, archaeologists have even found evidence of man-made glass which dates back to 4000 BC. This took the form of glacis used for coating stone beads. In 4000 BC, beads made of stone were curved in a coating of man-made glass. 1st century BC, glass was colored because of the dash in material. In paragraph B, first line, glass blowing became the most common way to make glass container from the 1st century BC. The glass made during this time was highly colored due to the impurities of the raw material. It is clearly given that glass was colored because of the impurities of the material. Fifth, until 476 AD, only the dash knew how to make glass. Paragraph B, third line. The secret of glass making was taken across Europe by the Romans during this century. However, they guarded the skills and technology required to make glass very closely, and it was not until their empire collapsed in 476 AD that glass making knowledge became widespread throughout Europe and Middle East. Until the 476, only the Romans knew how to make glass. As the secret of glass making was taken across Europe by the Romans during this century, they guarded it until their empire collapsed in 476 AD. 17th century, George Ravenscroft developed a process using dash to avoid the occurrence of dash in blown glass. In paragraph C, first line, a major milestone in the history of glass occurred with the invention of lead crystal by English glass manufacturer George Ravenscroft. He attempted to counter the effect of clouding that sometimes occurred in blown glass by introducing lead to raw materials used in the process. This line states that George Ravenscroft developed a process using lead which is introduced in raw material to avoid the occurrence of clouding in blown glass. Here is written counter. Counter means a thing which opposes or prevents something else. 8th, mid-19th century, British glass production developed after changes to laws concerning dash. In paragraph D, first line, in Britain, the modern glass industry only really started to develop after the repeal of Excise Act in 1845. Before that time, heavy taxes had been placed on the amount of glass melted in a glass house and were levied continuously from 1745 to 1845. From the above supporting sentences, we get the idea about the occurrence in 1845 in Britain. The Excise Act had imposed heavy taxes on the melted glass that was being produced. The taxes were changed continuously from the years 1745 to 1845. But from the times of its cancellation, the British glass industry started developing. Further, it can be seen that the repealing of the Excise Act was stated as the changes in the law. Mid-19th century, British glass production developed after changes to laws concerning taxes. 9 to 13 true-false not given. Ninth, in 1887, H.M. Ashley has the fastest bottle producing machine that existed at the time. In paragraph E, from 1887 onwards, glass making developed from traditional mouth blowing to semi-automatic process. After factory owner H.M. Ashley introduced a machine capable of producing 200 bottles per in Castleford, Yorkshire, England, more than 3 times quicker than any previous production method. It is clearly given in paragraph E that owner H.M. Ashley introduced a machine capable of producing 200 bottles per hour in Castleford, more than 3 times quicker than any previous production method. So it is true. 10th, Michael Owens was hired by a large US company to design a fully automated bottle manufacturing machine for them. Same paragraph E, third line. Then in 1907, the first fully automated machine was developed in USA by Michael, founder of Owens Bottle Machine Company, and installed in its factory. Here in statement it is stated that Michael was hired by a large US company to design a full automated bottle machine. But in paragraph it is mentioned that he was founder of the company, stating that the question is false. It is clearly stated that he was the owner of the company, not was hired by large US company. 11th, nowadays most glass is produced by large international manufacturer. It is not given. The reason is that none of the passages agrees or denies with the given statement that nowadays most glass is produced by large international manufacturer. 12th, concern for the environment is leading to an increased demand for glass containers. In paragraph G, first line, glass is an ideal material for recycling, and with growing consumer concern for green issues, glass bottles and jars are becoming even more popular. This statement shows the consumer are wanting more glass products. Environment concerns are making the consumer require more glass product. This is proving that the answer selection is correct. 13th, it is more expensive to produce recycled glass than to manufacture new glass. It is false. Reason is that G paragraph third line, it is clearly given that as less energy is needed to melt recycled glass than to melt down raw materials. This also saves fuel and production cost.